Karibuni sana. After the report by the task force chair, we will have brief remarks, and after the brief remarks, then we will have the closing prayer and then a departure. Now, Governor, with a lot of respect, allow me now to invite the chairperson of the task force, Dr. Edward Ouko, to come and make his presentation eventually. And then the report. Then we go. Thank you very much, Governor. I'm advised that we turn the program the other way around. We start with the remarks and then the handover of the report, and eventually we will end. Now, allow me therefore to invite the Bishop of Maseno West to make a few remarks, which then will be followed by the County Commissioner. And thereafter, the County Assembly Speaker, and then followed by Atandi, then the Honorable Atandi, then Speaker of the National Assembly, the County Assembly, then the DG, Deputy Governor, and then finally the Governor. Bishop, please.
Thank you, Cyrus. Governor Jones, Speaker of the National Assembly, the Chair of the Task Force, MCAs and members of the County Commission Office, we want to take this opportunity to greet all of you in the name of Jesus. Praise the Lord. Now my remarks will be brief, but based on scripture.
Your justice, O God, the royal Son with your righteousness. May he judge your people in righteousness, your afflicted ones with justice. Righteousness, may he defend the afflicted among the people
and save the children of the needy. May he crush the oppressor. May he endure as long as the sun, as long as the moon, through all generations. May he be like rain falling on a mound field, like showers watering the earth. In his days may the righteous flourish and prosperity abound till the moon is no more. These are the words of the psalmist singing a coronation song of a king. I want to make my remarks by saying that leadership is there for a purpose. And this psalm begins by a plea that the king, in this context, our governor, be clothed with righteousness and be clothed with justice. justice from God, righteousness from God, not to be able to fulfill your own purposes, but to fulfill the purposes of God for his people. When you get to verse 3, the wish list, verse 2, the wish list begins. That you may judge your people with righteousness, your afflicted ones with justice, not your own, but the justice and the righteousness that comes from God. And so as I've said, leadership is there for a purpose, that you may be able to defend the cause of the afflicted, be able to reign with justice, be able to lead a county where we get all that God intends for his people. And so I want to encourage us, even as the task force releases this report. It is an audit, will come out things that needs to be done, people that need to be taken to account for their actions. How I pray that as this report is released, Governor James and your deputy together with your entire team will have the courage to administer justice and righteousness that comes
that never allowed what was meant for the public to reach the public. Never allowed things that were meant for the people to get to the people, but instead used them for their own purposes. Leadership is for the service of the people. And I pray that you will get the courage and the confidence to go on and implement the things that are going to come out from that task force report. That is my comment, and I encourage you to be strong. I encourage you to remain faithful to the people. I encourage you to face this task ahead of you with the courage, not of your own, but that comes from God, because God is a God of justice. Our God is a God of righteousness and would like to see things done the right way. God would like to see people get the right services. God would like to see the lives of our people within this county changing. And as your manifesto indicated, you've got a great dream for this county. It will not come to pass if you do not get the courage to go on and implement the things that you have put down to implement. May God bless you and bless us all as we receive this report. Let it be our report, not only the governor's report, but the report that all of us need to unitedly, together with the governor, implement and see this county changing for the better. God bless us all in the name of God the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much, Bishop, for those very, very inspiring words. At this moment in time, I would like to invite the County Commissioner to make a few remarks.
Thank you. The Governor, Honorable James Orengo, Deputy Governor, Mheshimiwa Atandi, the Speaker of the Siaya County Assembly, senior government officials of the Siaya County Government, members of the County Security Team, the clergy, all protocols observed. I just want to start by thanking the Governor for the invite at today's auspicious occasion. The fact that we are here is testimony enough that there is the total cooperation between the national government, which I head at this level, and the county government, headed by Governor Orengo. It's at the beginning of the year, so I want to assure the governor that we will continue working together, because our target is one, serving the Siaya Mwananchi. I want to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Siaya County people. We are coming from end of year celebrations and New Year celebrations, and they were able to maintain law and order, and we had requested. Celebrations are now over. Let's get back to business. Let's start working. We will continue providing the necessary support in terms of making sure that the county is safe and secure so that everybody can continue doing their business without unnecessary interruptions. As far as the report is concerned, I want to thank the chairman of the task force, Dr. Uko. We were here when the task force was being launched, and he has actually taken record time to prepare the report. I will not comment on the report because I'm not private to the contents, except to thank the task force chair and his team for really preparing the report at good time. Safe to say that we shall cooperate on the implementation where we shall be required to help and all that. So thank you very much. We wish the governor and his team that whatever they are supposed to do, let them do it fairly and firmly, without favor and without prejudice. Thank you very much, and may God bless all of us. Asante sana.
Asante sana, Bwana County Commissioner. Indeed, without security, there can never be development. So they are mutually inclusive. At this point in time, allow me to invite our Honorable Member of Parliament, Mheshimiwa Tandi, to make some remarks. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Thank you very much. The Governor of Siaya, James, Deputy Governor William, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Siaya, members of Siaya County Government Executive Committee, the MCS present, and all the dignitaries, the Archbishop of the Anglican Church of Kenya, and the other Archbishop, Bishop of Pio, members of the public who are here, Kupet leadership. Good morning. I really don't have anything to say at this juncture because what has brought us here is to listen to the report of the task force that is headed by our brother A.D. Ouko. I'm anxious to see the contents of the report because this is a task force that has been working for some time now, and we have been waiting to see the outcome of the report. And at this juncture, I want to say that I have known Edward Ouko for some time as a competent citizen of this country. And I am very sure that the report that is going to give us is a report that is going to make our county a better county. Jim, I was happy when you commissioned this task force to look at the activities of the past regime. And when I saw the task force team unveiled, I was very happy because I say that the positions we hold in leadership, my position, your position, or any other position, we are like people renting homes. We just rent homes, and after our tenancy period is over, we exit. And therefore, my view was that if you are coming to rent the Siaya County home, the most wise thing to do is, first of all, to clean the house. Because when you rent a house, you just don't go in and start living. You have to clean the house. And therefore, I'm happy that this is one of the endeavors that you have undertaken as an effort towards cleaning your home before you begin to live in the home. Therefore, I think that this report is going to help this county, and I want to urge everybody who mean well for our county to make use of this report and let this report cut. I know that this report is going to cut. I believe and I hope that what you are carrying there is a report that is going to cut. If the report is not cutting, then we will doubt whether you are the AG Wood that we know. So we pray that the real report is going to cut. That's what I wanted to say as of now. And lastly, I want to also say that Siaya is our business. Siaya is our business. Whether you live in Nairobi, whether you work in Nairobi, Siaya is our business. So let us internalize that reality that Siaya is our business. That is a reality which everybody must internalize. Because some people think that Siaya is only their business. Siaya is the business of everybody who comes from Siaya. And Eddie, you have worked outside this country. You have held very important positions within and without this country. And I am sure even when you work in those places, you always remember that Siaya is your home. You always remember that Inja Ugenya, Inja's inward Siaya. So Siaya is our business. So let everybody internalize that reality, that Siaya is a business. And we will talk about Siaya today, in the evening, at night, in bedtime, when we are naked, when we are dressing, we will talk about Siaya. And nobody should stop us from doing that. I think that is something that I must really stay here. So when you hear me speak about Siaya, please don't beat me. Because sometimes when I speak about certain things in Siaya, people want to be my enemies. And my intention is not to be anybody's enemy. I just want to speak about Siaya as a leader, and I'm not here to make somebody my enemy. If my view is not in agreement with your view, that is democracy. And nobody is going to force anybody to do anything. Even when I say something, I'm not forcing anyone. I'm just speaking my mind. So let us speak our mind, let people speak their mind. And even when you hit at me, I have no problem, because that is also you speaking your mind. Thank you very much, Eddie. I'm here, I'm seated here, I'm waiting for the report. I will comment after the report is read, because I'm very fast, I will read it very fast. Nitasoma haraka haraka alafu niseme kitu kingine moja before I go back to Nairobi. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa Atandi. Indeed, Siaya is our business, Siaya is our home, and you don't expect anybody from anywhere to build their home for you. You must build your home yourself. I also want to remind members of the public that we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, and the hashtag is Nyalore. Hashtag is Nyalore. At this moment, allow me, with a lot of respect, to invite the Speaker of the County Assembly. Speaker.
Thank you, the Governor of Siaya, Your Excellency Bob James, the Deputy Governor William, the Member of Parliament for Lego, Samuel Atandi, the County Commissioner, the clergy, my Bishop. CECs who are here, and members of the County Assembly will be upstanding for recognition. Just stand. These are the members of the County Assembly. They were meant to all be here, but because of some compelling business somewhere, they are represented by this team. We have our Deputy Speaker, Andereku Soduor. Will you wave at the people? It's important that you know the Chair of Public Accounts Committee, William Kinyanyi, because some of these recommendations might land on your desk. And we have the Majority Leader, Edwin Otieno. Have a seat. Now that you're few, let me just introduce you. We have here Bernard Adala, MCA for North Ugenya. We have here Rose Rabinya, his nominated member. We have CPA Mark Ukeo, he's also the Chair of Finance Committee. We have here Gordon Onguru, member for East Assembly. We have Vincent Odawa, member for North and Lego. Then we have Seth Baraka, member for East Game. Oh, we have Shalom. Shalom in the political palace is referred to as a Nyathikich. Makamu tells me he's not elected, but he had wanted to be an MCA, but fate did have it that way. Usikufe roho. Maybe we'll divide Sidindi ward so you can be one. Representation from the teachers and political leaders and everybody who is here. Good morning. On behalf of the County Assembly, I want to be very economical because it is important that we get subject on which we talk. And that subject is not yet on the table. So if we talk for now, it will be anticipatory, which will be out of order. It is just important, Mr. Uko, to mention that what is the position of the County Assembly insofar as your work is concerned. During your launch, we were all here in numbers to acknowledge and appreciate the objective terms of reference of the workforce, of the task force. Our being here was not for cosmetics, but was to approve that we indeed support a cause for accountability. It did not end there. Perhaps I need to remind you that as at the time the task force was being unveiled, there was no express budgetary provision for the work of the task force. Because we preach and drink water, we chose during the supplementary budget to allocate money expressly towards the task force. That was in support of accountability. Today we are here. It is very easy to think that after all the report might come to us. So why do we have to be here? We are here because we are conscious of the fact that you did your work objectively. And we will further that work if there are recommendations coming our way objectively. So mine is just to commit that on behalf of the County Assembly, if there are actions to be executed or undertaken by the County Assembly, we will not hesitate to do it. We will be pursuing two things. One, accountability. Two, fairness. Why fairness? When you do investigations, when you do your interrogations, perhaps you never reached on someone to give you their feedback. The principles of opportunity to be heard and to defend yourself. If you didn't find it in the task force and that matter comes before the County Assembly, you will get that chance to be heard, to defend yourself. And Edward, what we normally do, if I may share with you, how we do or we interrogate our report from the Auditor General. In 2013, we thought as assemblies that you just take the report, apply your minds to it, and make recommendations. Now, that was not good enough because it could have been possible that we don't have experts in the assemblies. So anytime a matter goes to the Committee on Public Accounts, we consult the Office of the Auditor General as the author of the report and as the experts. So they sit by our committee members. So we asked, it was indicated here that you over-recruited. Auditor, can you say? Then the auditor says, it is true as per our investigations you over-recruited. Then we ask the HR person, can you respond? Then they respond. When we do that, I also want to add that these days we even include EACC in our committee meetings and we make them public so that we hold to account that person who might have miscarried justice. At the same time, we give opportunity for the person who has been accused to defend themselves. Edward, should need arise, that is just in case this matter comes to the Assembly. When we may want, because you are the author, when we may want you to come and clarify in the presence of the Auditor General, in the presence of EACC, DCI, feel free to come, because it doesn't end here. We realize it goes beyond here. So when you feel free to do that, we promise to be objective, we promise to be faithful to the law in processing this report should it come our way. Justice and accountability. Having said that, I'll just finalize by saying, a matter like this, I know might make some people, depending on your findings, some people have problems with you, and some will be happy with you. I just want to say that you do your business in a manner that is respectful, because respect is earned. When you respect me, I respect you. When you don't respect me, I don't respect you. For respect is earned. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Speaker. At this point, allow me now to invite the Deputy Governor to make some remarks, and thereafter invite the Governor.
Your Excellency, the Governor, James Orengo, Speaker, County Commissioner, Mheshimiwa Tandi, our two lovely bishops, Chairman, Task Force, my friend Edward Uko, Chair, Public Service Board, CECs here present, National County Security Committee team, senior members of Siaya County Government, members of the public. I also see my friend Chris Owala from the civil society side, and everyone else. Good morning. Good morning. It's morning actually. So I also want to join the speakers before me in congratulating Edward and the task force for coming up with this report, and we look forward to reading and internalizing the report that you're about to unveil to us. I want to also join Mheshimiwa Tandi in acknowledging and confessing that I've known Edward for a good number of years. And he does have a middle name that perhaps some of you do not know. His middle name is Edward Integrity Ouko. Edward Integrity Ouko. So the reason I say this is I've known him for a long time, and he works with dedication. He's above board. He, like Caesar's wife, he is absolutely incorruptible. And I am certain that the report that Edward is about to unveil here is going to show us a true and fair view of the state of the affairs of this great county of Siaya. The commitment that I want to give on behalf of Governor to everyone here is that we shall implement this report to the letter. We shall implement this report to the letter. We will not have any sacred cows from this report, from the recommendations that we shall have been given. Mheshimiwa Tandi once again said, Siaya is our business. Siaya is our business. Siaya is our business. And our vision as Nyalo Red is shared economic prosperity. Shared economic prosperity. It is incumbent upon us as leadership to ensure that the great people of Siaya get the service they deserve. We continue promising that we shall, as James Orengo team, impact lives in this county. We must create a difference. Therefore, before I invite the governor, I want to say again that we have two arms of government in this county. We have the executive and we have the assembly. Those two governments, ladies and gentlemen, must work in harmony for service delivery, accelerated service delivery. Those two arms of government must work in harmony. Of course, with the recognition that there is clear separation of powers. County Assembly has its role, executive has its role. But let us work in harmony. I cannot emphasize that enough. Adwa ni mondo awach jothurwa ni wan report mar Owukoni. Report mar Edward Owukoni. Gimor recommendations duto ma Edward dhi miyowa kod task force mare report ni. Wadwa nyiso jo Siaya ni wan wadhi neno ni recommendations duto watimo makare. Makopo nitiere mibadhi moro Siaya ka. Nyasa chiel wang'ni wariembo mibadhi. Wariembo mibadhi. We are committed to good governance, transparency, and accountability. And with those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, allow me, with great gratitude, to invite His Excellency the Governor, James Bob Aguirre, to give a few remarks. Your Excellency.
Asante sana. Asante sana. Am I being heard? I think you better give me the other one. Get the other one. Or the steam amender.
Asante sana. I think we may be seated. The Deputy Governor, the Speaker of the County Assembly, the County Commissioner, Honorable Atandi, the Chairman of the Board, Siaya Public Service Board, Your Excellencies the Bishop, the Lord Bishops, the Deputy Speaker, members of the County Assembly, the members of the County Executive Committee. I see a big representation from the teaching fraternity, opinion leaders, civil society. Hamjambo. I will be very brief, but before I say what I want to say, we welcome you to this occasion. This is not really our function, although it is being held at the county headquarters. It is a function for the task force to give us their report in a public function like this one. Mwalimu Nyerere once said that if you go and visit a friend or somebody you're working with and you've got business, serious business to discuss with him, please finish that business fast before he invites you to a meal. Because if you eat his meal, you will find it very difficult to say what you want to say. And Edward, we refrain from giving you a meal unless you feel not quite prepared to say everything that you need to say. I also knew once in my life the late Honorable Edgar Tekere, Secretary General of the ZANU-PF party in Zimbabwe, and he said, if you want to be in public life, prepare to be embarrassed. You can embarrass, but also be prepared to be embarrassed. In fact, he was saying, you should be more prepared to be embarrassed. Otherwise, you should not be in public life. Because all the time, people will be saying things that they must say, but if you're not prepared, to be embarrassed. Those are the words he used. Then you're in the wrong profession. I want to say thirdly, my Bishop Haung, you have given us the scripture on courage. I think by every standard, I can say that is something I don't lack. I think I have a lot of courage. But I want you to give me my bishop and your Lord bishops. You pray for all of us, and me particularly, to have courage. To have courage. Because when you want to confront many problems in public life, if you don't have courage, then you will not be able to perform. And most of the time when you have courage, a lot of people, including your friends, may not like what you do. So I'll continue to ask you, although I think I have a lot of courage, but I don't think I have enough of it. I may even call you to my home to pray for me to have courage. In fact, the lesson of crucifixion of our Lord Jesus Christ on the cross is about courage. It's about courage. If our Lord Jesus Christ did not have courage, he would not have been prepared to be nailed on the cross for our sins. Fourthly, Edward Ouko is a very special Kenyan. Other than his job for which we know him as an Auditor General, Edward Ouko was tasked to review the Kenyan Constitution, apart from his duties as the Auditor General, to review the Kenyan Constitution and to give a report on the fault lines in the Constitution, things that needed consideration. In that committee, there were people like David Ndi, there were people like Professor Nemumbo Wade, there were people like Adam Zolo. I think Adam Zolo is here. I think if you want to know a little bit about Adam Zouko, read that report on the review of the Constitution. I think no institution has carried out a thorough review of the Kenyan Constitution like Eddie Ouko did. Finally, because I said I don't have many words to say today, when I asked Edward Ouko to undertake this task with his colleagues, he asked me the question, are you prepared for what I'm going to say? Because it may touch you. And if it's going to touch you, I will not leave you out. If you can give me that guarantee, then I can take this job. And I said, touch me in what way? And he told me, have you looked at your terms of reference? And I said, I have. So I looked at those terms of reference again, and he told me, this is going to be a thorough audit. It's going to be a thorough audit. So my expectation is to see the result of that thorough audit from Eddie Ouko and T. Now, I also, in conclusion, like I said somewhere yesterday, we need to look at Article 174 of the Constitution, which talks about the objectives of devolution. The objectives of devolution. Every time we perform our role, we must determine that what is the constitutional mandate and directive that we are being given as a county government to achieve as a devolved unit of government. And if you look at those objectives, then we can perform our role effectively. As a governor, I may have certain responsibilities, but if I think of my responsibilities without thinking about what the Constitution desired county governments to achieve on behalf of the people, then I think we would be going in the wrong direction. So, without any further ado, I again commend those people who have come to witness this very important event. On that note, please allow me to call upon the chairman of the task force. And I want you to remember, we had certain challenges, even in court, up to yesterday. There were cases challenging as whether or not this process is legal or constitutional. I'm glad to say that the courts dismissed summarily on a preliminary objection that taking the task force to court and myself and my team did not have any grounds. We didn't even have to speak in that court. It was dismissed with cause, I believe. I also want to say that the few issues that some people have raised were raised by the Auditor General, and he agreed that the mandate of this task force is legal and constitutional, except on two issues which we addressed conclusively, and the Auditor General has never come back to us since we made that point clear. So this task force is legal, is constitutional, and we are going to act on the reports that are going to be given to us by the task force. Without further ado, Chairman Eddie Ouko, karibu.
Oyawe uru. Nyasaye ber. Amen. God is good all the time, and that is His nature, and I believe He's with us today. Where, sorry, sometimes I'm just here, so I get excited. County Commissioner, sometimes, so, Katakamano, let me speak in English. And first of all, I would like, to recognize the governor of the county and his deputy. I would recognize, of course, our MP. I would recognize the county commissioner. Thank you. But, sorry, I'm not a protocol man, so allow me to reorganize my protocol. Speaker, I would like to recognize you and all the members of the county assembly present. I would like to recognize our religious leaders who are here. And I would like to recognize members of the executive who are here. And I would like to recognize, of course, the media. And I would like to recognize Siaya. But most importantly, I would like, first of all, to recognize Jokmane behind this report. And I would like them to stand up and acknowledge. We have Adam Solo, Adams, Jared Boga, Elizabeth Ouma, Grace Ongili, Peter Okoth, and Victor Obondo. Sorry. There is one person Mai is not here, and it's called Bella. Huh? Sorry, William and Jared Abayo. This is the team. I'm sorry about that. This hammer was a bit low, and there's of course Bella. Really, having recognized everybody, it was at this same place when I stood there, when we were being unveiled, in other words, that was on 4th October. And Governor, you gave us 60 days. Now that 60 days has been a big question mark. I asked myself, is 60 days working days? Does it include weekends? Does it not what? So I need to first of all address that 60 days. 60 days actually should be the working days from 4th October, and therefore technically this report would be 4th day, December. But if at all we are reasonable, and we have to be reasonable in this world, you understand that I was tasked by the task you gave us was a task when this place was under transition. It was not a time when you go to this office, is there, you find this office is there, and it was understandable. Although outside there, people may not know that, and that's why I want to explain about the 60 days. So when you take account of that, and then December, basically from 15th December to actually 5th January, the country, and for very good reason, even the world, was locked down with festivities. So if you were to ask me to account for 60 days, I'm accounting for them, and I would account for you that this work has actually, in terms of what has cost us 60 days. And what happened is that 20th was the most opportune day today for me to come back to us. So 60 days is there. We have worked those 60 days. The report is big. And let me discharge that issue of the report first in terms of how we are going to communicate Kawun today. I would like, first of all, knowing that the report is very, very bulky. I want, first of all, there are certain important offices that even as I speak must now have an abridged version of the report, because I thought it is very important. And those offices are, first of all, Speaker, I want to just hand this abridged report as I am talking. Yes. The other one, I would like to hand over this abridged report to our MP. It is an abridged report because the report is so bulky. It should not be taken to be the full report. I would also like to say, where is the communication director and the media? Yes. This is for the me. This cookies are for the me, the media. I'm doing that because, and county commissioner. No, wait a minute. Why not? Is everybody catered for? No, okay. Where is the civil society? Yeah, okay. So whoever left out. No, it's okay. You'll also get, this one now, when I've distributed, it's already there. Yeah, it's abandoned something there. No, it is all there. I'm sure you have the report. That's very important because I'm now discharging my civil duty, first of all, to let you people, the public, the Siaya people, have this copy report. It is an abridged version. You should not take it to be a full report, but I can assure you it is a report which gives what the detailed report is. Now, let me, first of all, start by, first of all, thanking Bishop for your prayer. It was very touching because you prayed and we are here in the spirit of togetherness. We are here in the spirit of togetherness. And I dare say, as I stand here, not only as a Dodowoko, I think I can pass by any criteria to be an elder in Siaya. So that title makes me be able to talk just even beyond this report. And I think that's the most important thing. The details of the report is already out, is there. I would have stood here to read that report, but that is not it. Again, Mano. I would like to speak as an elder from Siaya. I would like to speak like an elder from Siaya. I will then go into, picked places in the report to speak about it. But let me tell you, we have a great county. It's a great county. You know why? It is rich. I've audited Kenya and I've seen one of the counties which I think is the richest in natural resources. You count it. It is here. County Commission, it is here. Because what other people lack, we all have. You talk of water, it is there. So Siaya is extremely endowed. It is endowed. And therefore, we then ask ourselves, so it is endowed. Why is it that we don't see this, we don't see that, we don't see what? Isn't it? We all ask ourselves. And I also ask myself that. But then I say, if Siaya has been failing, it has been the responsibility of all of us. It's all of us. All of us means, if I come now here, it means me, it means Governor Orengo, it means Speaker, it means everybody here. But it is very important that first, having said we are worthy and we are endowed, we ask ourselves, so what is wrong? Why is it that we are not up there? Now, we should not come here, and I don't want anybody to take this report like trying to create blame or try and shove off excuses, whatever. We are also grateful for the past leadership of the county. They have tried their best. And nobody is perfect. So we must understand, Bishop, nobody is perfect in this world. Even you, Governor Orengo, at the end of the day, they will find also something. You cannot be perfect. And therefore, let me make it very clear. Any failure about Siaya, it is a failure for all of us. And there's not the past regime, not the current regime, not this side, not that side. We must therefore read this report in that context. And you prayed, and Governor Rengo talked about courage. I came when I was asked to do this job. First of all, I really felt and thank God that I have been given an opportunity to come and to at least now, by this report, contribute to Siaya's development. And I can assure you, Siaya, this report, I have done it without favor and fear, and without seeking back, but saying we must go forward. So this report has what you call findings. Findings, sorry, if what we have seen, and if we've seen something, you also must say, so what? You've seen it, yes. So what are you suggesting? We also have what you call recommendations, which are very thorough, and which I really hope, Governor, you live to your words, and Deputy, that you want to implement this report to the letter. This report has found findings, but then saying now we must look forward. Where we going to go. But looking forward is not to look amongst ourselves now. We have to look at Siaya when we are not there, 30, 20 years ahead. So some of the recommendations we're making here is to look at Siaya 30, 10, 50 years ahead. And Honorable Speaker, this means that we have a responsibility. You, the governor, and members, to make sure that whatever we are doing, we are looking at ahead. Is not for us, it is for future. Having said that, I must also tell you, in our interrogation, because part of our work involved interacting with various people. And by the way, Chairman of the County Service Board, please excuse, I would have recognized you earlier, but he's a very important person in our interaction. We had interactions, because at the end of the day, Siaya also has people. Let me tell you, whatever the past was, but what we found on the ground, interacting with people, Siaya has every county commission has the expertise. In fact, Jim, we are impressed, first of all, with the quality of people who interacted with us. That I must tell you. We had the expertise. So, again, I come to the question, why are we still here? And this is what really bogged the task force to issue this report. So this report, it's about 60 pages. I've issued, first of all, an abridged summary, which is for the media and for the hierarchy of the county leadership, and for you have to represent us, the people and the civil society. So allow me not to go through the details line by line in view of the time. But let me say, if we had failed, then we ask ourselves, why did we fail? We had the people, we have the resources, we had what? We must have failed because we ourselves, why were we were organized, we were employed to do a job. It means that we also did not do our job well. And if a county is failing, one of the most important things or point of failure is called financial management, is called what? Governance, is called what it is, that lack of also patriotism. So this report, first of all, goes into, and I will read what I would say was our terms of reference first. Then I will tell you that I will not go page by page, but I'm going to pick up what I feel for the occasion is important, which is financial management of Siaya, which is the human resources management of Siaya, right? And which is also looking at areas which are important about something like agriculture and education. And by the way, as we were doing this, when we looked at the statistics of Siaya compared to many others, we found out that we have a responsibility, because when you look at child mortality, education, look at agriculture, you look at health, you look at water, which we have all, but we are lagging behind. So when I make this, I make it in that background. And that background says that, did we use our resources properly? And therefore, I would like, first of all, to say about the resources. As you know, the resources of Siaya comes from the county, from the national government, and also from our own resources. What we say is our own revenue. That comprises our resources. The accounting for these resources is this. It begins with a budget. And let me tell you, having been Auditor General of this country, there is no way you can spend a shilling of our resources without, first of all, a budget. In other words, if you're going to buy a pencil, it has to be in the budget. That's how serious the public has made the rules for us, manager. So in terms of budget, we found that we need to order ourselves properly. Both the assembly, the executive, we must be thinking together in terms of that our children. It's not today. So we make sure, we would like, our recommendation is that there should be more harmonious working relationship between county assembly and the executive. And the failure of many counties is because that relationship is not working properly. So Speaker, Governor Orengo, the report is saying we want to see more harmonious work, because on the side you are representing the people, you have, as you said, make sure accountability, oversight is there. But at the same time, the other side, you also give them space to tell them to work, and then they have to be accountable to you as our representative. Okay? That report, I think, and I'm glad and I'm looking forward to take up your invitation to come and stand as I'm standing in front of the assembly for us to discuss. Okay? So that, I hope, is coming. So the budget, I think, is an area where we have to. You know, once the budget has been approved, the government system, county commission, the government system is very strict. It opened, the last year closes on 30th of June. Everything that which has gone that side is gone. It's gone. You have to start anew. So if you didn't do a program last year, you either have to bring it into this year, okay, to start. And therefore, there is actually a starting point every year in this country from what you call 1st of July. So 1st of July is very important. I'm saying this because we want to understand each other. So 1st of July, everything is what you call is in the system, which is called IFMIS, Integrated Financial Information System. And it is what is everybody anywhere spending 1 shilling of public money should have gone through that system. That system then means that once a budget, you then put requisition to go to the what you call controller of budget. That requisition means you look at your program, activities you want to do, and you start procuring. That process is also in the system. It's very important because of where I'm going. It is in the system. Therefore, technically, anything off that system is illegal. Are we together? Yeah. According to our laws, which we made. So even as we are looking at the financial management of Siaya, we found serious lacking on that process. That process of budgeting, the process of then putting what you want to do in the system, and the process, of course, Nairobi, COP, it is us who tells them that this quarter we want so much, and that so much is based on what you want to purchase, what you want to pay, what you want to do according to the budget which Honorable Speaker and the County Assembly would have given us. That process was a problem, and therefore we found that the accounting and expenditure of this county, some of them went around the corner. You would put it in the system. Of course, Nairobi would know you want to spend this amount. Nairobi will tell you and release this process for this amount. When it has now come, it's first of all, when it comes, it is in the government account. It's what you call central bank. You understand? It's still within the government. They then allow you to say, okay, you can take a little bit to put in what you call interest account. Moving here. Are you hearing me? Yes. Interest account. That interest account is meant for very, the day-to-day running, what you call, somebody's traveling to Nairobi, we are going to seminar, we are going to, you understand? And we would like it that it is taken for somebody who's also going, extension officer going to visit us and to check on our crops and our animals. That's how it is. And generally, it is supposed to cater for small amounts. It's not big amount. In other words, you can't say today we spend 100,000 as we sit here. You understand? On this small thing. You can't say that, isn't it? Now, with that small window you are given, if I tell you that that window has been abused, and it's been abused in a way which is very serious. It's been abused because of creation. You can create, we are going to have what you call a seminar in Kisumu. So we need to withdraw cash. Because remember, by that time, the money has left, the government is going to a commercial bank, which is called Equity Bank, Kenya Commercial Bank, and whatever. It means that money now is under your control. You can go and send somebody to go and withdraw that money. Come here because we are going for a sec. Are we together? Yes. We found serious issues. And that leads me to things we hear about, allegations and so forth. And I would like to go to that. There is, which time we came, and it is public notice, public environment, that in 2021, about 600 million got lost, so to speak. All right? And in 21, 22, about 400 million got lost. In other words, within the 2 years, we have almost $1 billion, which the public says, no, no, no. We didn't see this money. Guinea, $1 billion is a lot of money. Yeah. It's a lot of money because at the same time, when we talk to each department, who should be actually using this impress, you go to agriculture, you ask them, so what's your problem? Why are you not delivering? And they have a reason. They tell me, no, we don't even have petrol. We don't even have people. We don't even have. You get me? Yes. So when I tell you that we have it on record that in 2021, after the money came, it then moved into impress. It's been paid. Some of it is paid, you know, those who have the report, okay, is paid in 2021. And I think allow me to just go back to, who was the abridged version? Give me one. Yeah, this is a detailed one, just a abridged version. It is there in the report. I'm just trying to indicate to you, the people, about how your resources were managed. It is there, it gives you, they say things like payment, transferred to impress account. Say in 1 year, if you transfer to impress account during that year, 285 million. We must ask ourselves, how many seminars? Who are this going? Yet agriculture is saying, do you understand? He hasn't got money to send extension staff out. You look at health, health says no. We don't, there is strike. Look at education, education says we don't even have money for, ECD is very important. We don't even have school, we don't even have money, we don't have staff. 285 would have run and would have made sure that all these services are done. Okay, maybe also it was necessary to train, it was necessary to, you get me? That is a concern. That is a concern, and it is the concern because when that much money gets out, now I understand why it gets out in the public domain, because you see some people walking with pockets full. Yeah, and you wonder, how no, ngani means me, the person. Why is my pocket bulging? But I'm just, and yet, when you look at the withdrawals from the bank, it's withdrawal of names of very innocent people. And some of them, when you go and check, they are not even employees. I'm giving you that because I don't want to go on that. I'm just giving you the reason because the figures are there. It is there. For me, I like transparency. I don't want anybody to call. It is there in the report. So this financial mismanagement That's why we have not moved. That's why you complain you didn't see livestock officer, you didn't see who. He said go see him. You know, me and county. Sometimes I ask myself, where is the county veterinary? They tell you actually, and they're right. There is no money to move. Yet somebody is with the drone in a day is drawn 1 million. In a day? In a day. Now, I'm just trying to tell you why I feel that 600, 400 should be of concern to all of us. And this, of course, was also concerned to other institutions like DCI and ACC. So we looked at that, and we ourselves can say, ours was to say, no, there's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of, and the fire must be there. But when we went further, it was an inferno. It was an inferno. So that is a matter which is in the report, and I think we'll share. I don't want to go into that, to belabor that point. And that explains, in a way, let me say, in 2021, we found out that these monies which were accounted for around the corner, in 2021, in our estimation, it was not only 600. In our estimation, it is 1B. It is 1B. Because, and you can actually resonate. It is 1B. It was spent outside. If 1B was spent to give agriculture, to give ESCD, to give, would you not have seen it? Would you not have seen it? I've set out the figures, what moved, and how it was used. I leave it to you. Me, I've told you, we ended up in an inferno. You people can take it as like smoke. Okay? So that is financial management. The other area which I think is of concern, and the Chairman, County Service Board, is the issue of management of our people. Because Siaya is Siaya, governor is governor because of the people who are day to day are working, isn't it? And who are employed. I can tell you at the highest hierarchy level, we have people who are, by the way, some of them are actually consulting when you are not using them. They are consulting for other counties. Do you get me? But they are consulting because they sat there, they put requisition, they thought it's coming, but what they thought is coming has gone to impressed. Okay? And therefore, when we look at what you call pending bills, and I want you to listen, because this money has gone to impressed and gone its way out, it means he has engaged a contractor, has engaged those who are put in the budget to be paid when it goes to Nairobi, and the money has come in the name of those people. So technically, if things went according to IFMIS, these people, we should not be having what you call pending bills. Now, the pending bills which we are looking at as of date is 1 billion and 36. Are we together? Huh? One impress billion. This side people, you know, and it is annoying, you know, that thing touches me when innocent people, you have consumed, the county has consumed their money, and just because somebody has diverted it, they are not being paid. So Siaya has the problem of pending bills. As of to date, it's the list which were given was 1,036,000,000, which we went through line by line, line by line. And we ask ourselves, how is it that you have not paid for even food, innocent people who have delivered food to eat in our buildings here? You have not paid. And yet we know that same day somebody walked out with 1 million shillings and withdrew it from equity. This is a problem. It is wrong. It is wrong. So ordinarily you would now expect a pending bill because what you told the controller of budget that you are going to pay, you have diverted the money, you didn't pay them. And that's why pending bills has gone to almost a billion. I've told you that we saw movement which, if you look at it, you say, how did this relate to development? You say, no, it cannot. Because if it was development, you would have seen it, and there would have been no pending bill. So pending bills, and that creates a problem because last year budgeting, and I told you in IFMIS, the accounting of government, it closes at 30th June. If you did not pay that which you should have paid, instead that money went through interest, and it went to training there, traveling there, and all that. Then that really the county has not progressed. Has not moved. And it is annoying, and I must say that it is annoying. Because at that time, there is no petrol, there is no what, cars are parked here. Yet, we know somebody is walking with 1 million outside there. So pending bills is big. We have made recommendations for the governor, because we've reviewed one by one, and we are concerned about how innocent little, who have supplied things have not been paid for 2 years, 3 years. Okay? So pending bills is an issue. The other thing is now the HR. Chairman, we would like in our recommendation to make sure you are made more autonomous and capacitated, because there's no point giving somebody office and big name and you expect that he's supposed to be looking and hiring, controlling and all that, and the person himself can't even get to work because there's no fuel there. In fact, he doesn't have a car. But somebody has drawn within 1 week 10 million. Oh yes. You find somebody is gone with one name, just under 900. One name, yeah. Another 900. Yeah. Another. And it's a list, when you look at it, it's a list of people. When you go and look and say, who are they? Are they in the payroll, first of all? You go and look, no. I think, let me stop there. Now, we must capacitate the Public Service Board and the system which are there under its mandate should be put into place to work. And one of the recommendations we are saying is really, Chairman, we need to undertake what you call staff capacity assessment and rationalization. You understand? Staff capacity assessment and rationalization. Siaya is not big. We know ourselves. We know where we should be. Isn't it? don't we? Yeah. So we must know who should be where and how many should be there and why they're not there. Okay? We have that. Please, Governor, is a very important recommendation. Look at it. You must make sure this person can sit somewhere where he can work and think about ourselves, think about the people who are on the ground working. So there is now a famous thing, and that's why I'm finishing now. And if I didn't say that, the papers would say, what are you? They say ghost workers. You know, ghost workers means I know who can twiddle something in the system, I become oops. I'm ghost, so worker. Then there is just simply, you know, but you know, this is collusion with the other side. There is, even the people who say we have employed casuals today, how many? The casuals are really not there, but they are in that payroll. Now, our analysis and what we would have loved to stop the county and say, everybody go to your station and stand attention. Give us your number, give us your ID, give us whatever. But what we saw already, even as I'm talking about impressed, that some of the people are not even employee. It's the same thing. We have a big gap where we have, and I understand why there should be casuals. There must be casuals because you can't, there are so many things. If you are going to deliver service, you must have casuals. And you should. But if it is abused, that is the abuse which is not, casuals are not bad and they are necessary for the county. What we are saying, please, make sure that this is streamlined well so that we should know agriculture wants so many at this rate, and for what period of contract, and put them in the system of payroll. That has been an area where we're looking for these ghost workers. And, you know, even before we came, this executive also said, let us try one day, let's say we want to pay everybody by check. Because right now we are doing it by this thing, so you don't know who you are paying, you never see. So we say, we'll do it by check so that they can come and collect their checks physically. You can check ID and all that. It is a figure which we are battling because there is 111 checks which have not been collected, and some of them have gone to ESC, so we could not go further. So, is there a ghost worker in Siaya? Yes, there is a ghost worker. Have we not told you how it is going to be and what you need to do, and what your CC must do is at the taking of, you must stop here and ask ACC to ask and let people line up and let them tell you, Governor, they must tell you that you are taking over. How many do we have? How many castles we have? How many we have? More loyal, mostly. How many people are there? And let us legitimize things. So that is my answer to ghost workers. It has to be there. It is there. The only thing is, you know, you only gave us 60 days. No. Yeah. So ghost worker is very important. But then we also feel, in terms of development, that, you know, as a county, we must say, where are we anchoring ourselves? What is going to drive development for tomorrow? We believe agriculture is going to drive development of tomorrow. Because with agriculture, once we have that, then the other things come, you know, feeding of what to feed, Then you have to grow, soya, it doesn't grow board. Do you understand? So we feel that, Governor, our county must be anchored on agriculture. And therefore, agriculture should not come that they didn't have. It's a sad story they tell you. So, now, so agriculture things, but agriculture then drives takes everybody up. And other counties are not like Siaya. Siaya, we had, at least we know, that it is doable, isn't it? We know, okay, Yala Swamp is there. We know it is doable. We have seen it at least. So, they've gone, the others have come, but it means we have the capacity to go into agri-industrial business from down, up, and therefore, here we must look at, first of all, are our people, nobody should sleep hungry at that level. Therefore, your CEC must make sure, what is it that they might not sleep, because the land is there. Why are they not going even Sukuma Wiki? Why have you not? Do you understand? There's no water. Yes, there's no water. Why there's no water? We must make sure at the bottom level, no Siaya goes hungry. After we've taken care of that, then now we start looking at, hey, there is business to sell, and so we should go there. But in the long run, no county will develop unless you go what you call industrial. Okay? We cannot go industrial. And our best opportunity to go industrial is an industry which is based on agriculture. Health is very critical. Health is very critical. Our recommendation is we must bring health at that community level. We must make sure that is there. And that drugs are there. We've made recommendations for it. Land. No, let me go to education. Education is annoying because whilst we are drawing interest, the statistics say we should have 700 ECD schools. And we only have 368, even less, it's 300 something. It's less than even 50%. Some of the ECDs have, it is me, you who have given a tent for them to stand. Yet, it doesn't cost that much money. MP, it doesn't cost that much money to build small thing for children to win. If we miss this boat for our children who are between 2 and 5, they are not nourished, they are not what? We are losing brains. And our brain capacity is going low. Yet Siaya was leading during the time of even pre-independence. So ECD is very, very important. We feel that, the area, what you call Yala Swamp, is an opportunity. It's an opportunity which we want you to see 10, 15 years. I don't see it today. We owe it to make sure that that area is made economically. And remember, it is ours. Let nobody come out and do 99-year lease. Okay? Yeah. Look, this report is there. Okay? Really, I would just like to now, because I was talking very passionately as an elder of Siaya. Yes. Otherwise, I would have come here and read this report. Okay? But I was telling you so that you understand and so that we hold the executive to account. Are we together? Yes. Yeah. And I think Governor, Speaker, and let me stop there, but also to really thank and acknowledge the support we've had from the governor and his team. And they've been very cooperative. And by the way, Governor, even those who are on leave were very cooperative. Of course, it's not perfect, but we managed. We thank them all. And also we thank the previous regime for what they did. But they've done theirs. We are the ones who are here. Governor, we would like to help. We think and we believe that the mindset and the mind expertise which you set up, this report is a professional report. And mark my word, the people will come and say, Governor Orengo, can you tell us, how did you think about it? We thank you because you were thinking well, because what will happen if you implement this, you first of all then start on a platform of accountability. And let me tell you, there is money in accountability. When you know where you are going, and people can see you as, marching solid on a platform, the money is like this. You don't even need money from central government. We are rich. It is up to us to make Siaya big. Nyalore. Nyalore. Donge. Ase tieko. Okase loso. Rukamano. Okay. Now, I worked with this because they're my personal thing. Now I want to discharge these things and hand them over in your eyes so that you know he has been told. No. But I have the pleasure to hand over not only this summarized report, which you all have, okay? And I really believe, and I believe, because I didn't entertain or cannot entertain anybody giving me challenges. Challenges are the reason why we are employed. Well, otherwise, why will you come to the office if there are no challenges? So everything, yeah? Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for that very incisive presentation. It was a presentation from the heart. Passionate as a patriot and a citizen of this county and Kenya as a whole. We are going to make sure that this report are distributed to all stakeholders. And also we are going to have a website where you can access it. And we are going to have a discussion on this. We're going to have a discussion of this. I've asked AD Edward Ouko that we're going to have an engagement where we're going to invite you and others who are not here to discuss this report. And I hope that Mr. Edward Ouko and his team will be available, and all of you will be available. And by that time, I hope you would have read it, critique it, and then let's have a debate over it. And eventually, we are going to hand it over to the county assembly through the speaker and all people who need to have this report, including the national government. And God bless the great county of Siaya. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Governor. Thank you very much, Chair of the task force. I think we have come to the end of the event, but before we depart from here, allow me very quickly to just say thank you to everyone who took their time to come and be here with us.
for this very important occasion. And with those very few remarks, it is now my request that we stand up for the national anthem, and then we'll wind up. Thank you. Thank you.